Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Lincoln Journal Stars 4 Downs. Luke Mullin and Amie Just with you. You can see here at the Nebraska football practice facility, the lights are off. No, it's not a dark mood, just a little bit of a dark mood after this recent loss to Illinois. A lot of talk about the improvements from that one. Let's start off with the injury updates that we got from head coach Matt Rule. Left tackle Turner Corcoran suffered an injury in that one, replaced by Gunnar Gatula. Hamstring injury, going to be out for several weeks, dealing with that one right now. So Gatula, he's one of the guys in the mix there. Rule also mentioned Tyler Canuck. He's coming back from an injury, missed last week. Micah Mazuka could maybe work at tackle. Grant Seagren was a backup there. Got a lot of options to replace the injured Corcoran.
Yeah, such a bummer, right? I feel like so much of his career has been mitigated by injuries. Hope it's, not as serious, but it sounds like it is, and he's going to miss quite a bit. But outside of one bad play, I thought Gunnar played really well on Friday.
Yeah, really tough moment, for redshirt freshman. The first, big game experience of his career came in, played pretty well, as you said. And then Tommy Hill, another starter who was knocked out of that one with an injury. Day-to-day right now, they hope to have him back soon enough. So there's more positive news on that injury front than on the offensive line, where Corcoran, again, down, expected to miss a couple weeks. But another position they're looking at, kicker, a really important one. As we've seen these last couple of weeks, some miscues in that special teams area. Well, Tristan Ovano, he was dealing with that groin injury before the season. It sounds like, from what Matt Rule has said, it's not quite healed up right yet. They've been trying to play it smart with him, shut him down before the game this game week, went in with John Hull. And for now, it's kind of wait and see mode with Ovano because not ready to go at this moment.
Yeah, it sounds like they're not gonna push it right now. See how things go with John. I'm more concerned with just the operation as a whole. You've got a new long snapper working right now. You've got a new kicker. They need more reps on that and it showed on Friday.
Yeah, but one thing that they are looking to do to turn around this kicking game, former Husker, former NFL pro Brett Maher helping out with that kicking room, part of the staff working with them to help out. So we'll see if that can lead to some improvements here moving forward. But as I mentioned, there was a lot of talk today about this Illinois game, just in total, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Nebraska defense so good those first three games, really struggled in the second half. And this was something that Matt Rule had to say specifically about the defense, but about a lot of the things that Nebraska did, not good enough.
Yeah, I want to go back and listen and just count how many times he said that exact phrase or something similar. This was not the standard. It was not close. He used the word debacle when talking about the overtime period in general. Not good enough. And hopefully they can have a productive week and not let one loss turn into two.
Yeah, I thought it was very interesting, him kind of talking about the team's mentality in that game, saying, they came in with pretty good energy, but when it got to that second half, things were starting to get close, to get really tight. The team tightened up too. He got the feeling that Illinois played a lot more free out there, so that's something he's still looking to do with this Nebraska team, to get them to play loose and free regardless of the circumstances. And as well this week, coming back to the facility after that one, said to the guys, keep your heads up. That was Rule's message, that they are still a good team. They're just close and need to do some of the more of the small things.
Yeah, it's just, he used his hands quite a bit. He's like, we're this close. We just need to do one more thing. And we didn't get there. So we'll see what happens this week in practice, making some of those small adjustments, right? Just like angling on tackles or closing up tackles, right? Not letting those guys go for extra yards after contact. I think if they shore just those two things up, they'll be in a much better spot.
And this was obviously a big loss to Illinois. It dominated the discussion today. There were still a few questions about Purdue. Yes, that's the upcoming opponent for Nebraska. And after 4 weeks at home, they go on the road, 11 a.m. kick. One of those situations where you got to summon up some of your own energy there on the road. And the interesting thing about Purdue, watching them over the first several weeks of the season, Hudson Card thought the quarterback was going to be the mainstay of this offense. Well, last week they play Oregon State. He throws for about 60 yards. They run for about 260. So that was an interesting one to see. But this is a Purdue team that is near the bottom of the Big Ten in a lot of different categories, a lot of different aspects too. So it's really a case where Nebraska really needs to make those improvements and take care of business this week.
Yeah, like I said, cannot let one loss turn into two, especially against a Purdue team that has struggled, still in the middle of a rebuild, right? They've got some good pieces. Devin Mockabee, Hudson Carter, both really good athletes. But yeah, can't let one turn into two.
Yeah, a lot more work to do, especially on the defensive side of the ball for Nebraska. We'll hear from those defensive coordinator Tony White and some of those defensive players here on Tuesday, and we'll see you then.